I was still a teenager when I first realized something. Two guys walk into the same room, same background, same resume, same sense of humor. One of them gets taken seriously faster. One of them gets the girl.
95% of the time when you judge somebody based off of appearances, you are absolutely correct. And anybody that tries to deny this just wants to seem like they're not shallow.
That clip has been making the rounds a bit, and that's not the first nor going to be the last clip about the importance of looks. And the comments went exactly how you'd expect. Half the people nodding, the other half offended. Both sides are kind of missing the point. On the surface, Looksmaxxing sounds shallow. At best, it sounds ridiculous. Guys online obsessing about jawlines and mewing and bone structure. But there's a reason this thing blew up. And it's not just social media. The psychology of appearance has been around as long as people have. So the question by now isn't whether looks matter. We already know they do. The real question is, and especially for us Filipinos, what does that actually mean for us here?
I've never met somebody who's extremely fit that isn't disciplined. And on the other hand, I've never met a fat person who I consider to be very serious and disciplined about their life.
I'm Ran, welcome to my channel if you're new here. I am in my 30s, which means I have a full decade, more than a full decade of adult life behind me. Not so old that I am out of touch, not so young that I'm just guessing. I have not figured all of this out, but I've made enough mistakes to save you some. Growing up, I had severe acne, not the occasional breakout, the kind that makes you stop looking at mirrors. And what that does to you at that age is it makes you disappear. You stop putting yourself forward. You assume people have already decided something about you before you even open your mouth, because a lot of them have. That's not comfortable to say out loud, but pretending it isn't true doesn't help anyone. That was my first real lesson about how appearance works, and I learned it before I had words for it. And mind you, I was lucky enough that social media was just starting to blow up here, and we didn't have any smartphones, or at least not the HD kinds. Like, man, imagine having acne and then you got your friends having IG stories. Oh my God. Anyway, so let's talk about dating first, because that's where this conversation actually lives for most guys. You download a dating app, you put up decent photos, you write something genuine in your bio, you really took time, and then nothing happens, or almost nothing. You may receive a swipe or two, every couple of days. Then you might have a message or two every couple of weeks. And then after a few exchanges, nothing. Studies on apps like Tinder show that the bottom 78% of men are competing for the bottom 22% of women by likes received. So it's almost like the 80-20 principle applying here. It's very close, right? The top guys, the chads, get the most attention. Average looking guys almost get none. And with these dating apps being global, Filipinos are playing this game while already carrying a disadvantage most of them don't name out loud. So we grew up watching American movies where the leading man is tall, square-jawed, broad shoulders. Then came Korean dramas along with K-pop, then short-form video, algorithmically serving you the most attractive people in the planet on loop every single day. And somewhere in between all of that, the Filipino guy is supposed to figure out where he stands. The hype pill crowd will tell you it's over, that if you're under 5'9", you're invisible. Damn, 5'9"? I mean, that's Western, right? But I don't know, the data here, it's brutal. 5'9"? Jesus, that's probably the Western standards. With the data here, our average height, and then the female preference, brutal. And considering all of those, the Filipino men are statistically always at the bottom of preference data, at least in these dating apps. And yeah, you cannot deny data. Some of those are real. We're not going to pretend that it isn't. We're not delulu. We're not delusional here. But here's what that crowd never finishes the thought on. The standards you're being measured against were never built for you. The benchmark is a 6-foot white guy from a Hollywood casting call, or a Korean idol was a team of stylists, lighting directors, and in many cases, surgical work done before their acting debut. I remember when I visited Korea last year, it was just like a normal sight seeing people just with their bandages with newly operated faces. So you are comparing yourself to a product and losing sleep over competition you were never actually entered in. Now, here's what nobody in this conversation says directly. You don't have to be ripped. Nobody's telling you to have six-pack abs. But a guy who is visibly out of shape is communicating something, whether he means it or not. Humans have been reading health indicators for thousands of years. Posture, weight, skin, energy, how you carry yourself, charisma, riz. These are signals the brain reads before conscious thought kicks in. Not as a moral judgment, but as a survival assessment. Is this person taking care of themselves? Do they have discipline? Are they someone who shows up? You don't need to be an athlete to pass that test, but you need to be someone who hasn't given up, wasn't let themselves go. That gap between giving up and showing up is where most of the work actually lives. And there's a name for what's actually happening here. The halo effect. When someone looks put together, the brain automatically fills in the rest. Trustworthy, competent, disciplined. None of that is confirmed. The brain just assumes it. And this works in reverse too. A guy who looks like he's given up on himself sends a signal before he says a single word. The signal isn't always fair, but it's the signal you're sending. It is what it is. Now, before we get to the last part, I want you to comment because I'm really curious. I want to get a pulse on these kind of things, Growing up, did anyone tell you that caring about your looks is shallow or vain? Or were you the guy who felt invisible and never knew why? Either one, I want to hear it. Looksmaxxing, red pill, black pill, all these manosphere terms that really fascinate me. There's a lot to unpack, especially here in the Philippines. In our Filipino POV, short kings. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm genuinely curious what you guys think about this. I'm looking forward to have discussions about this. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do. Help me grow this channel and let's have a meaningful, constructive discussion from 2026 and beyond. Let's go together. Let's help one another. All right, back to it. So what's actually worth taking from Looksmaxxing? And what do you throw away? So in my personal opinion, this is what you throw away. Anything about bone structure, even height, even genetics. Because yes, they matter, but it won't help you ruminating about these things. You'll be on the loop stuck here. You cannot change these things. Let's focus on what we can control. Spending energy there is spending energy on a problem without a solution. And look, the Looksmaxxing space online is a mixed bag. Some of it is genuinely useful. A lot of it will send you down a rabbit hole that makes you angrier, bitter, not better. So treat it like you treat any trend. Eat the meat, spit the bones, take what you can actually use, leave out the rest. So that's what you throw away. Now what you keep? Keep everything that's actually in your control. Fitness, sleep, skincare, grooming, basic hygiene, posture. How you dress. These are all levers, and putting effort in how you show up is not vanity. A guy who clearly takes care of himself is communicating something before the conversation even starts. Discipline, self-respect. He communicates that he gives a damn. Those things matter in dating and everywhere else. The internet will keep telling you that the game is rigged, and parts of it are, maybe. The beauty standard was built somewhere else, for someone else. The apps were designed to make average feel like a failure. None of that is your fault. But the thing about effort, it doesn't care about any of that. You cannot change the benchmark. You can change what you bring to it. Take care of your body. Dress like you respect yourself. Show up like someone who has not given up. That's the whole thing. While you're here, there are a couple of videos in my channel that are worth checking out. If you found value here, please hit the like button and subscribe. That's how this video reaches someone who needs to hear the message right now. Till then, see you in the next one. Take care.